Hey everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 15. This is going to be a game between Cookies and Houston here, and I'm excited for this one. Coalition versus Kharak, kind of a unique matchup there. As I look for the info.txt in vain. Okay, there we go. I finally found it, and I can show you what this looks like. Actually, I haven't seen it yet either, so. But yeah, Cookie's playing Coalition, bit of an interesting thing, but he's been going for that recently. Bans College Teeth himself against the Conf player. Yeah, that can definitely make sense. Houston's gonna ban Touring Crater, which is a map he really doesn't like, so. Houston grabs KT Alt for the first map, and then it's gonna be Tight End Passage and Boneyard. And we'll look at this again back then. Or at that point, I mean. We turn on the reveal all here. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one because really it could go either way. Cookies and Houston, both players who've been practicing a lot recently, but Cookie's changing faction over to Coalition, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to do well on this. I know he's played quite a bit of Saban in the past, but typically you think of him as a Conf main. So we'll see what he's able to do. You know, Saban Coalition, not too different, but Conf and Coalition are very different. But he's had enough time to practice that now, I feel like he should be fine. Houston, meanwhile, looks like he does fancy the Blast Drone factory over here. You can see he's going to keep the base runner building a Blast Drone. He's got that PC moving out with the skins gear. 4 salvagers, no emphasis on eco. He really just wants to go for the kill right away. You love to see it. It's a very spicy build. We do have AV fab for Cookies. And that bodes well. If you're not going to go for some kind of like early units on the field, you might have some trouble, but if you've got the LAVs, you should be able to defend against this, but it will slow down your eco. And we move into sort of a even mid-game, but we'll see what that happens. No, it's my milk, just carry. I'm the guy with cow in his name, alright? Come on. What this? This is Cookies versus Houston, game 1. You've come just in time. Interesting type of pornography. I don't see any naked people at all. You know, whatever gets you off. I mean, whatever. Anyway, AV Fab gonna finish here. Cookies already with the Systems 1, so that's a lot of respect being given to this Blast Drone here. Maybe not a bad idea. I mean, if you don't feel confident defending this, you do whatever it takes, because this really does look to end the game right away, so. Blast Drone gonna take some fire here. But not very much. Here comes the first fight with the Skims, though, and definitely big outnumber for Houston here, but there's the AV, and that changes the calculus a lot. Remember, this is no focus on eco at all. He's actually going to flip one of the CU guys over to RU, so you love to see it. That's definitely the play here. He's going to try and get that railgun fab up as fast as he can, but this is going to be pretty late already. He could just go for like assault chips instead, but it doesn't seem like a terribly good idea. Bit of a miss-micro on the quick drops there as well, but that should be fine, honestly. He already has the CUs for railgun tech. He's just trying to get RUs up for it, so not a big deal. And for the time being, he can kind of use the Blast Drone to keep himself alive, but it's a little tough. Because even those don't do a whole lot of damage to AVs either, so this is definitely a bit of a tight space for Houston to be in. Definitely wanting to get damage done with this push, but now he's actually looking at maybe even losing a PC if he mismicros it, so has to be a little careful. Still has the idle here as well. Okay, looks like he just fixed it. And that's going to be 6 salvagers finally on the main base. But the AVs keep rolling along here. There's 2 Blast Drones now. Houston just about got the money for Railgun Fab here if he pulls a quick drop, but otherwise it'll be in just a second. And I imagine, yeah, you're going to see that almost immediately. Because again, you know, still, if he micros this badly, he just dies. Like, he loses the PC and everything. But the double Blast Drone actually is a big threat against the AVs, so that's the idea here. Cookie's going to try and deny the LDMs, but there are none actually. Uh-oh, Blast Drone actually dies for nothing there. That's pretty unfortunate. It might have had, like, a guard order and just ran out on its own. I didn't quite catch what happened there. Yeah, Cookie's not actually going to be able to do too much here, but I like the touch. It's a good attempt, because you know your opponent during a rail rush always wants to long distance mine. Not going to get away with that this time, though. Smoke being used to try and buy some time here. Yeah, it was manually detonated, but I think it was only out that far because of a miss micro. Hey, good use of the smoke here, but I still don't think he's going to get much damage done. These Blast Drones really don't want to engage unless the PC and the basement are getting hooned on, as Magpie would say. But we do have a railgun on the way here, I'm sure. Probably this is a heavy, because actually at this point, like, an assault is not going to bail you out very well, so you need to build a heavy so that you can get it in time. But if he just keeps running, he should be fine. I don't know why Houston is staying so close here. You really want to go this way, just get as much distance as you can. He does have the mobility support on, of course. There's the heavy railgun. Now you gotta bring the skims in, because if you lose this, it's really gonna be sad. Go, 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 go! Ah! Oh, that's really, really late. There's smokes available too, but it looks like the railgun's gonna be alive for now. Oh, that was a very bad mismicro by Houston, but it looks like he's gonna get away with it. And Cookie's kind of backing away here. He's not gonna feel confident enough to chase in, so that's gonna cost him. Actually, these LAVs could kill the railgun too. Oh my gosh, but doesn't look like Cookies has realized it quite just yet. Blastron gonna try for some heroics, and it's actually very good. He gets them all. Okay, wow, that's so critical for Houston. And I tell you what, if I were Houston right now, I think I would just keep the rush going, because I think you're too far behind to go eco, but he's gonna make that call. He's gonna go ref mode here. I think that's the second PC popping, so he will be able to get 3 base pretty quick. Maybe if he can keep the pressure up with these units up in the front line, he'll be able to expand his eco at the same time, but his army is really anemic, so this is not easy to do. This could definitely go badly for Houston. I don't know what the heck Jat was talking about. Oh, yeah, that is actually true. It sounds dumb as heck, but that's just how it works. This is why Just Carry and I always say D, not okay. Looks like production upgrade coming out here for Cookies. No signs of Railgun Fab just yet. That's what I would be going for, but we'll see what his game plan's gonna be. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I think it's probably the right call. Actually, look at that. Houston did cancel ref mode. Okay, I agree with this, because really, you are just so behind on the economy that trying to go for that route seems like you're sort of just handshaking the win over to your opponent. Oh, and look at this. Cookies has the read that this is going to be eco, so he's moving his whole army over here to go stop the extract. Looks like he's going to back up with 2 AVs, but that's not enough. I think Houston was planning on attacking for that angle, but you're not. You're supposed to watch me. But yeah, Houston could push up here. Let's see what he gets done. This is going to be fighter and gunship fab for Cookies too. Very good if you're opponent in eco. Very bad if he's still got the 2 PCs in the front line. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Skim saw the AVs now, so the base runner is going to back away, but that shouldn't be any different for the rails. They just want to get this hill here. And we do have EMP rounds coming out. That's the really important one for the Conif player here. Couple Skim's going to try and check for the tech here. He wants to see fighter and gunship, sees that there's no tech, but actually he does have that, so like 10 seconds out. So that's a little bit unfortunate for Houston, but still. Well, I don't think that could be done, right? I mean, we had the same problem in Joke Patch. Anyway, not getting range calibration this game. He just has EMP here. Smoke can be used for the base runner, should keep him fine. Ah, I see. You wanted to make a new mod version. He's not going to do it just for that. But this is a lot of heavy railguns, actually, so... Yeah, these AVs can't really push in. You know, oh my gosh, ref mode being floated again, but then he cancels it once more. Yeah, you really need railguns, I think, to answer this, but he's going to go with the gunship instead. And like I said in that last cast, we've seen people do this before. Sometimes it works, but it's very risky, so... And normally the play is to do this with a bunch of LAVs too, so that you jump up, you kill off whatever assault railguns there are, weaken the skim number, the LAV blob can just take them over, so... Anyway, this heavy railgun gonna go back to defend the home, you like to see that. But, you know, Houston is wasting way too much time trying to chase down these AVs. Remember, his opponent is still on 2 base, like, you gotta dislodge him here, you can't wait. AV's taking some fire. They are gonna die, but like, honestly, the value for these things doesn't show up in like the units lost tab, but it's real. It's definitely real, because this is so much time that Cookies is buying to just make his railguns, you know, get that tech finished. And he's got the attack going on over here too. Like, this really, the railgun should be here to defend already. Smoke's being used too to try and cancel out some of the carrier PD. Here comes the gunship though. There are 2 PCs and a base runner here, so it should be fine, but I guess we'll keep our eyes on both sides at once if we can. Gunship's already at like less than half. We killed off a couple of skims and that's all. Oh, it's gonna die over there. And meanwhile on this flank we do have a lot of salvagers going down, but yeah, there's the gunship kill. That's not very good for Cookies. And Houston with the 2 power and weapons because of the extraction there. I think he's actually doing okay. Really nice positioning by Cookies to get behind the dune, but yeah, all of those salvagers are gonna die, but over here, you should be able to, you know, kill the carrier, theoretically. So I think this is actually pretty good for Houston. Another gunship being built too, I really have to disagree with the choice again, because, well, okay, it's actually really hounding these rails, to be fair, but I think it's gonna die before I can finish any kills. Really close, it gets us down to 4, but... Ouch. But yeah, you know, you gotta spend the money on the railguns here, and I think Houston's actually just gonna be fine. He might go range calibration now, but he's not gonna have the money for a long time. He's lost many salvagers, so. We'll have to see, but like the army that Houston has already can fight this kind of. The only danger is if Cookies can start spamming LAVs now, actually, but I'm not sure if he'll catch that. Just because you can't really have any skims being produced at this point, because, you know, this carrier lost all of its salvagers, but... Yeah, kind of a game of misplays. I think Houston gave Cookies way too much time to recover, and then Cookies kind of threw it away with the gunships there. Like I said, it's a really risky strat to try for that, and even then, I think you kind of have to do it with all the LAVs. He's got 2 SCs here, so he's going to try to heal up as fast as he can, but it will take him a long time. Oh, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something around 10 seconds. I think it's 9 in vanilla, and in Jaraci it's like 11, I think. But... You know, the AAV is doing a good job here, actually. They kill off all... Oh, no, the railguns aren't shooting at them either. Okay, there we go. Now the target fire gets switched, but they need to use the EMP so that they can kite this out. And the trick here is to use 1 EMP and then back up and use 1 more, but he's actually going to smoke his Cookies, so that's going to actually keep Houston safe. Man, I don't know the exact numbers. You go look it up. Yeah, good. What do you think I am, some kind of expert or something? Like I'm a caster for this game? Come on. Another gunship, by the way. I really don't think so, because, you know, it didn't work the last time. But he's going to try for it again, so, you know, we'll see. This PC here floating out into the middle, I'm not sure exactly what he plans to do other than get killed there, but... yeah, range calibration would actually be pretty big here for Houston if you can get it. Here's a nice EMP, though. But yeah, like, he's... Because then he'll be able to, you know, match the range of his opponent. And he's actually got the money for it right now. Takes a good trade regardless, though. Cookie's not really using the range terribly well. This rail here probably wants to back away, though, but still, that's a really big trade for Houston. And the game of throws continues here. Range calibration is the tech choice. Okay, so Houston's gonna set up the calibration, and then, you know, then the railguns aren't even gonna cut it. And these gunships, I still just don't think are gonna give you that good value. Not to mention Armor 1 already teched, he might be thinking of getting more of those. So these railguns are actually only gonna get more tanky. And of course, with the damage buffs from the veterancy, I mean that makes a difference too. So. Railgun's taking some serious fire here, though, to be fair. Actually, he will kill a bunch of them. Only one of them managed to escape. This guy's a freaking elder now. So that is pretty nice, actually, for Cookies. Heavy Railgun gonna pop in a dangerous spot here as well. Is there an EMP up? There is, so he could maybe keep this guy alive like that. Oh no, but he doesn't have line of sight. He's gotta get over this dune. Oh no, the AAV's just gonna kill everything. Oh no. Really big miss micro here. Oh gosh, that's really unfortunate. This PC getting hounded as well. You need to get this guy over the dune. This guy's taking a lot of damage. Okay, he's finally safe now. Assault railgun pops. This is just safety measures, I suppose. But the heavy is dead, and now range calibration feels pretty funny. Maybe you can keep getting rail ups, but this is getting a little dicey here, and Cookie's actually moving his carrier out too, so he wants to like kill the game right now. There's actually a heavy railgun over here. If Houston remembers about that guy, he can bring him into the fight. This assault actually will do a lot of damage to these rails up close, and the skims can join in too, so maybe this is actually a fight that Houston can win. He needs to go in with everything though, you gotta bring this skim too. Yeah, look at this, he might actually win it. I think this is armor 2 for Cookies. Yeah. Well, he uses the assault railgun, but honestly I think that's actually a good trade. And this heavy is still here. Okay, he does recognize this one. Gotta use range calibration as well. I mean, that's gonna be crucial here because, again, the Coalition railguns outrange until you get that. This game is actually becoming insane. This is madness. Honestly, maybe at this point he should go ref mode because he's pushed back to his base anyway, but I don't know. Yeah, arrows are really quite cheap, so that is like a good reason to use them in this scenario. If you can get that like 1-for-1 trade like that, you're definitely winning out on it. Okay, get this heavy in the fight. This is not good. Plus, range calibration should probably turn on here. Oh, where is Houston going? What is he doing? Get back in there. You can't be hiding behind the hill against AVs. That's just like planning to die. Oh my gosh, where's he going? This is a really, really bad positioning. There's no two ways about it. Yeah, I think Just Carrier is right. Look, he's just given his opponent the high ground for free. I don't know why he's done this. He's got a lot of skims here, but this is so many railguns, and they're all trained on the heavies from Houston. He knows what he wants here. Range calibration's still never been used in this game. And I don't think it ever will. Oh dear, you had to fight that by getting vision, holding this high ground, and having range calibration, saying, hey, you're not allowed to... What the heck? Did he just missile himself? And saying, hey, you're not allowed to push on me because I have the range advantage and I'll kill you before you get there. You can't play it like this, hiding behind the hill with the railguns. This is terrible. Oh my gosh. AV's gonna chew up these skims too. So they're not able to make their play that they want. EMP is gonna be used, which is good, but I just don't think it's ever gonna be enough. And again, range calibration has never been turned on this game. Yeah, down goes another railgun. Down goes another railgun. And with that, I really think that Houston's chances are just kaput here, but I don't know, maybe he can make some kind of miracle happen, but he ain't got nothing left. It's like he's building one last heavy railgun for the final hurrah here, but I don't know what it can do. Really nice missile. A little bit late, but there it is. And Cookies, he don't care about taking out the damage sources, he just wants blood. He's just full autoing this carrier here. And it should go down, and that'll have Cookies being the lead in this very contestable series. As there goes the carrier. And that's it for game 1. Really crazy game there. A game of throws for sure. I mean, both players had some pretty questionable decisions, but I think Houston was kind of more in the driver's seat for most of it. But let's jump into game 2. Scoreline 1-0 favoring Cookies. I mean, I honestly think so. Well, they didn't like throw the carrier, to be fair, but you know. Yeah, Houston's positioning with the railguns before that last fight was just a real head scratcher. I mean, I don't know where he was going. Like, you've got range calibration, so you outrange the guy, and you're moving behind the dune so that you like minimize the range as much as possible. Like, why? And plus, he was giving him high ground too. That was astonishingly bad, I have to say. This game gonna be tight end passage. Now, if I recall, this is Cookie's pick, and then it's gonna be Boneyard after this. These are all maps that I think Houston's pretty comfortable with too, because he likes to go aggro, but we'll see what happens. No, it's really, I think, just the best call. And you saw, like, in that game, it actually got Houston into the winning scenario that Cookies just assumed he was gonna get it, and he didn't. I think that was actually a really good demonstration of why you shouldn't. Because if you go eco, you're just always behind your opponent, and if you go for continuing the rush, yeah, you're still not in a great spot, but at least you have chances of winning. So, you know, if your opponent tries to get a little bit too greedy, he just dies all of a sudden, and that's basically what should have happened, although Houston really did not control it well, but... Yeah, I think that game is a good demonstration of why you actually shouldn't go ref mode there. It's gonna be the LV spam build, by the way. Probably a 5-up, yeah, and then he's gonna go for the carry production upgrade. And Houston's pushing out as well. Now, what I like to do as Galzi and Conf in this scenario, you always start 2 on RU so that you can get railgun tech early if you don't see anything from your opponent. But if you drive out and you see a bunch of LAVs, you can cancel the railgun fab and then get your second PC set up. So that's usually what I like to do. We'll see how Houston plays this. He is banking the money for Railgun Fab. Costs that 200 RUs, of course. So probably he's on the way to quicking up to that. And then if he sees all these LAVs, I hope he'll be able to cancel it. If you don't get the cancel in time, you can go for Assault Rails instead. But it's usually better to get the 2PC if you can. Yes. Right now, it looks like Houston has the numbers advantage too, but he has to know that this is LAV first, or with like the carry production upgrade. Well, it's always LAV first. I mean, that comes before AVs, but you get what I mean. But it looks like he's actually gonna go for Railfab anyway. I think that's playable too, but it's definitely not how I would do it. Either that, or he really doesn't have the read, but I think he's got to, right? I mean, this has to be LAV spam here. And in that case, I think you actually really don't want to trade right now. This is where the Coalition player is strongest. And so Cookies had a bad trade right at the start, but now it's 2 for 2, and remember, you produce faster, so even trades are never going to be even in this fight. I think we probably have an Assault Rail building, but oh, Houston, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. He just tried for like a 4v6 with high ground. I think the game's just over. Oh my gosh. And that's not an Assault Railgun either, he's just making more skins. Oh gosh. That's not good. Olivia's gonna pick off that skim instantly. They grab the other one too. This is still a good trade for Cookies as he runs back. Yeah, well that's what happens when you get Railgun Fab, or even when you get 2PC, to be fair. You have to recognize there's a power spike when you get the 2PC, but there's a big power trough before it, and that's where the Coalition player wants to fight, and that's exactly what Cookies has been able to do here. And Houston probably, should lose this PC. Let's see what's going on back home. Yeah, it's just more LAVs, so he's not going to risk it either. I mean, this really is a scenario where that PC ought to die. It's a little easier said than done, because you have to chase him down for a while. Oh no, don't back away now. Yeah, this is how you let this PC get away. I mean, look, you still have the numbers advantage. Just drive up and kill him. It doesn't matter if he's close range. The only thing that could swing this in Houston's favor is high ground. So Cookies is playing it too slow now. He is getting that assault pack, though, which will be nice. And Houston almost has his 2PC. Yeah, I don't know. I think that Cookies might be letting Houston get away with murder here. He really should have ended the game already, pretty much, just by killing the PC. Carrie, we've known that since 2019. Man, can you just watch the cast for once and stop talking about Joke Patch while I'm doing other things? Still a decent fight for the LAVs, by the way. Assault pack finishes that are going to be extra hard to hit now, but it looks like he's actually backing away. No, he says. Darn. Yeah, 2PC done for Houston, so I think the window to kill off that PC is long gone now. Yeah, Cookie's really letting him get away with just a slap on the wrist here. He's also not building that SC just yet, so we're not going to see 2 base get set up. That's something that you can do, like you can go for AAV Fab or something, but actually Houston already has Railgun tech. Cookies doesn't know that, of course, but... Well, here's an Assault Railgun coming out on the field now. What was I expecting? Yeah, nothing less. Nothing less. Yeah, we've known that since 2019. Skim's gonna try to jump the LAVs here, but this shouldn't work as long as they have boost. Just gonna back away there. Looks like some of them didn't even have to use it. Always a little awkward, actually, when some of them have it and some of them don't, because, whenever you put the boost on, half the guys can get away and the other half just get wrecked, but... yeah, they have damage 1. It looks like Houston's taking his damage 2 here. But Cookies has a lot of LDM, and that's gonna come back to bite him if he ever gets pushed off this base, because these RU cells are expensive and they haven't returned much yet, but... You know, for the time being, his eco is actually quite a bit stronger. PC now taking fire. I really don't agree with this call, actually, because even if you kill the PC, if you lose the whole LAV blob, it's gonna feel pretty bad. PC is low, looks like he is gonna kill it, but here comes the entire LAV blob, so... Yeah, I don't actually think that's worth it. If you're Houston now, what you need to do is, well, get the PC reset and then build heavy railguns. And I think you're actually on the way to winning here all of a sudden. Yeah, and again, this is a game that Cookies really should have just won straight off the bat. Houston gonna make a risky call though. He's diving the carrier here. This actually has power in the weapons, and he's getting carrier blocked. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Remember, this is one PC. He can't reproduce fast enough. So he needs to get out of here. Oh no. Yeah, I think that's another throw actually. Oh gosh. Second PC not on the way either. I mean, you can check the resources tab to see if he's even close, but Houston went from clutching victory from the jaws of defeat to clutching defeat from the jaws of victory over there. He did get one salvager or two, so I mean, not worth it, not worth it. Oh dear. And if Cookies can just keep the pressure up, he should actually be able to kill this PC as well, and then the game is really over. Yeah, killing PC basically just ends the game straight up if there's only one on the field. But when there's two, you really do need to balance it against like what you're losing to kill that PC, because if you're losing your entire LAV blob, maybe your opponent can just end the game right there. But Houston did not really jump on it, right? He still has more skims than his opponent has LAVs though, so this is maybe not quite so trivial for Cookies to punish. What are you talking about, man? You can't get honor guards off of one base while you're rail rushing. There's not enough money on the map for that. LAV ups continue here for Cookies. He's just gonna keep spamming them out. These Strikecraft wars are getting pretty intense here. Well, I take it back. There's enough money on the map, but you just can't mine it, you know. Anyway, this is Armor 1 Damage 2 against the Armor 2 for Houston, so this is actually a time where Cookies is a lot stronger than his opponent. And I mean, maybe if you're really getting crazy, you could get like the third production upgrade here, but you probably ought to start thinking about trying to see if you can get Railgun Fab and then stabilize on 2 base. That's what he did last game, and it worked for him. Although, to be fair, he was in a dangerous spot there, but that was more to do with the fighter and gunship tech. Yeah, the Strikecraft war is going to continue here. I think there really are strong ways in this meta to get out of this Strikecraft meta, but you know, they're not using it here. So, can you really not support 3 lines with the main? I thought you could. Got him. Yeah, he hates TJs the most, as we know. Just gonna. Yeah, so maybe he wants to just stay in it. I don't know. It's actually Assault Ship Fab for Houston. Wow. Gonna take this fight up here now, but again, these LEVs are a lot stronger, so I don't know if Houston can really win this. He does have high ground, though. It's 10-9 right now. I mean, he's making this fight pretty close, but I still don't think he wins it. This is Armor 2 really showing his worth here. Bit of Focus Fire goes a long way now. He wants to make sure he's hitting that wounded guy first. Focus Fire is not great for Houston, but not great for Cookies either. And it looks like both of them just gonna back away here. We do have Ref Bow teching for Houston as well. And with the Assault Ships, that's kind of an odd call, but he can at least, like, he can build 1 or 2 to try and, build 1 or 2 Assault Ships to try and, like, make his opponent's, Strikecraft not able to deny his 2 base. So this is kind of a way to get out of the Strikecraft spam. And Cookies is going 2 base finally. It's gonna be Fighter and Gunship again, though. And like I said, this is actually pretty strong when your opponent goes to Eco. It's a good way to punish the turn on to 2 base. That's for sure. That turns out to be important later, Discardus, so keep your eyes on that. Yeah, here's that first assault ship. Sorry, I had a stroke there. Now this guy doesn't have any armor, right? But again, he's gonna take long enough to kill that, like, if you're targeting the assault ship, the skims are gonna do tons of damage in the meantime. So this is actually still pretty viable. I don't think I would actually upgrade these if I were Houston. I would just build like 2 and then keep skims up on the field. But looks like he is gonna go for the ups. I'd be looking at honor guards instead and try and spend my money on that. That's gonna be a long way away though, probably. Uh-oh, Cookie's pulling the carrier on accident. That always feels bad. Hopefully he catches this pretty soon. He does have that fighter and gunship tech finished. Looks like carrier is gonna go back down. And it's gonna be tack bombers straight away. On a kind of siege? Well, I guess that could work too, actually. Although it's not going to do well to bombers, of course. Yeah, we'll see what his game plan is, but there's no sign of missile ships yet, so... You know how that goes. You know how that goes. Assault ship here on its own, by the way, can't do squat, so that was definitely a mistake there. Houston gonna just try and extract, but he didn't even use the smoke. Oh, he could have made that. Oh, man. Ouch. Yeah, he was really, really close there. He just needed to use the smoke ability. But again, like, the assault ships are not going to fight this blob of LAVs. And I don't think they should either. I mean, you look at the, like, the resource value, it's like 300 CUs to, like, 1,500 at least here, so... You gotta have them with the skim blob, or else they can't really return there. Attack bomber fab finished now, by the way. And not even a hint of anti-air here for Houston, so... You know how that goes. Probably this is something that Cookie should fix as well, by the way. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna take care of it now. This is Cookies versus Houston, and then we're gonna do Just Carrier versus Cool. Welcome to stream, game. This has been quite a series of throws so far, but Cookies leads by 1 point. This game for him, I think, been cleaner than the last one, but again, he really should have killed that PC right at the start. Bomber is out, though, and I think Bomber for Strike Fighters, you'll probably kill a PC if that's what he's looking for. But, you know, like you're not going to use it against the Sand Skimmers, because there's always a risk that you're just going to whiff and not get anything. So here it comes. And yeah, PC getting hit, Houston does move it out to the side, so it takes less damage from that. Fight's happening on the other side, though. Skims had a bit of a nice position there, but now they need to back away because they're getting wreck blocked here. PC is really low. Yeah, that one is going to die here. Uh-oh, and the Skims are just feeding into... This is high ground for the LAVs now. Yeah, it's tough when two fights happen at once, but Cookie's definitely getting the better end of it. These soul chips are still here, but again, I think these LAVs can just clean them up. It's not really a big problem. Ooh. And now he's going for the HGC fab, but this is too little too late because... You really need anti-air right now. I mean, this is not a place for honor guards. Even interceptors, I think, are dubious. You just gotta go NS and spam him. He does have the money to rebuild that PC, by the way, which you really should do. But nothing on the production queue. Well, in that case, he needs to get honor guard anti-air right away and build one. Because I don't think this is the right call, but if you're gonna go with it, you gotta go with it. You know what I mean? He doesn't know what to do. He's cancelled like 4 times now. No, you... Houston, you gotta pick something, okay? But he needs honor guard anti-air, like, right away. Because this is just gonna be a dead honor guard if the bombers come out and he doesn't have that tech. And frankly, it's probably gonna be dead honor guard every time, but... Yeah, I'm glad I caught that. That was pretty funny. Honor guard anti-air not teching. I think that's the honor guard building there, but we'll see. If that's a PC, honestly, I think it's better, but still, the game's just lost from here, I think. Here comes the double bomber here. This is not going to kill the PC, but the LAVs can finish it off, you'd think. Bit of high ground as well. Oh, don't get distracted. This is the one time I think you should just focus the PC down, because you used the bomber hit already, so... You've kind of sunk the cost. Oh, it's a PC, okay, so he doesn't have an honor guard out. But in that case, the tech does feel pretty sad. Looks like missile ships are building here. No, these are assault ships. Oh, then what are you gonna do for anti-air? I just don't know. This is looking more and more dubious as time goes on here. Really nice missile, though. Wow. I see. Well, actually, I don't think it would have been able to kill it. Well, that's kind of weird, all things considered. I mean, Cookies actually didn't get too much out of that. We do finally have missile ships building here, but yeah, Houston's gonna need assault ships again as well, so... Or you could have gone honor guard anti-air and built one of those. I mean, either way, if you're gonna get the tech, you really need the anti-air for it. Because it's strong anti-air, and man, you could use that right now. I'm kind of actually amazed that he's not getting this. Mag XL teching for cookies here, so that's probably going to be railguns on the way. I guess he has the tech, but he hasn't actually got any of them in the queue, so... Setting up his 3 base first, though. That's respectable. There's the honor guard. Again, doesn't have any anti-air. If you find this honor guard with the bombers, you just kill it, right? And even if it does have anti-air, maybe you lose 1 bomber in return, but that's fine. You're actually happy with that trade. But then, you're going to lose a bomber. And if you don't have honor guard anti-air, your opponent's going to get out for free. You see what I mean? Like, this is not a good way to be, so... He is going to tech that finally. Here come the bombers, though. Looks like they don't know about this honor guard positioning. They're probably just going to try and hit the PCs again. And to be fair, they'll probably get it. Oh, no, looks like he's going to back away again. Honor guard seen now. Yeah, and if I were cookies, I would just go straight there. I think that's the call. Not sure where he's headed, actually, with this. Somewhere deep. He wants to go all the way to the main base, I guess. Huh. Oh, no, it looks like he'll just hit the second here. PC was not able to start moving, so that is going to be a one-shot. Well, actually, it probably dies to 1 hit from 3 bombers anyway. And they take fire, but they don't die. Here come the strike fighters. And this carrier really needs to move back here so that he can be mining efficiently again. But yeah, this is a tough scenario to be in. Honor guard anti-air available, but here I think honestly you can't use it even if the strike fighters are there because you need to be guarding for the LADs. Really nice barrages for the missile ships actually. Honor guard's gonna hit him with that splash too. Does a lot of damage here. That's the slowest carrier missile we've ever seen. The honor guard can't get that next hit off. You need to barrage and hope for a miracle here. He's gonna get some damage, but the honor guard is going to fall. That's a Captain LAV right there. Nice one, Jim. Missile ship's going to fall prey to this next as well, and here comes well, 1 railgun's not really much actually. But still, the railguns are on the way, you get the idea. And Houston, he sure is hanging in there, but this is gonna be game over. Yeah, to like stop the bomber from retargeting. That's a massive stream delay, by the way. Actually, a pretty nice barrage there, but again, it's it's just too little too late. Houston agrees. He's gonna GG out, and that's game 2 going to cookies. So that's gonna be a 2-0 for him, and that's good. That brings him to series point. As we jump into game 3 here. Oh, got him. Just gonna be on the boneyard, of course. This one also cookies pick. And he's well on his way to the 3-0. Again, this is a very contested series, so he'd be happy to get that. He'd be very happy. Ecstatic, even. So right off the bat, you see LAV Fab from Cookies. Same thing for Houston. No base runner retires, so it's probably going to be the Blaster Drone Factory. He's going to pull the retire from Cookies. Now, I think typically when you see like the Scar or A-Game play this, they're going to go for the carrier production upgrade first. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know what it is. People were talking about it in the last stream. Maybe you can go in there and be like, wow, you're the best or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I guess the BD is going to hit faster, isn't it? Right. Okay, yeah. I buy it. I'd probably bring the LAV out here to see, like to get some vision and see this coming in advance, but it's always dangerous to get caught, of course. There's the production upgrade. Yeah, it's definitely risky. But for sure, it should at least like hold around this rock, maybe, where it can get a bit more advanced vision, because back here it doesn't really see anything that the carrier can't. Maybe it's actually the logistics module that's getting the vision. I'm not actually sure. Okay. Well, Just Carrier is all about using logistics modules for vision, but then they get killed, and that feels pretty sad. I don't know. As the coalition player, I tend to just put them back in the, you know, safe spots. I'm not trying to use them to... Not trying to use them to, like, see where my opponent is, because if I lose them, it's going to feel very, very sad in the early game. Late game, I don't really care, but early game, if you lose money like that, it just feels terrible. So yeah, he's going to keep that safe. Nice positioning for Houston here is, like, this hill is so freaking annoying. And yeah, you can see, you can use that to just jump out, and already he's on top of the LAVs hitting them. These guys probably should have been back on this little berm here. 1-for-0 trade, gonna feel nice for Houston. However, what he really wants is to get in with that BD, so he's gonna actually try for it now, but this can't ever work, I don't think. No, it's gonna go down. And Cookie's leveraging his carrier to make sure that works. I don't know why Houston chooses to push out at that angle. If your opponent's moving the carrier out, you want to stall for a bit, because you're getting what you came for. You're denying mining, right? This is a big throw, though, by Cookies. He's jumping in too far. There's a little bit of high ground for the skins, and they outnumber. Production upgrade is done, so again, even trade's not necessarily even, but that's a good trade for Houston. Another blast drone is out, too. No, he means in, like, the game files, because that's the only thing that Just Carrier ever talks about. It's a C_PopCap scanner. Don't ask me why. AV-Fab gonna be the tech choice for Cookies here. Skim's getting dinked here, but they're not quite gonna die. Ah, now it goes down. But the BD, it actually finds a really good angle. Whoa! That's a four LAV kill right there. Very, very effective. AV-Fab is not done yet, by the way, but again, it's risky to dive the carrier here. I'm not sure if you can get away with it, so... If you're Houston, I guess I'm wondering what's the tech, but he doesn't have any. He's still on 5 salves. AV-Fab's gonna come out after a while and kind of ruin his day here. This fight is really intense, but it's not really going anywhere, I guess is my point. Because there's no railgun Fab. You could get ref mode here, and I think that would actually be a viable option. Once you tech up to rails, I think you really want to end the game, but if you're at this place, you can maybe go for ref mode. Both players have had 5 salves this whole time. But, you know, AVs are quite cheap on RUs, and they will answer this very, very well. There's the module as well, so you can see the vision for Houston is coming in now, so he should see that tech if he's paying attention. So it looks like it's actually 2 PC from Houston. Okay, I get it, I get it. And I like that choice, because again, you know it's LAV spam, but you will have to, like, once you see that module, you have to get some kind of tech choice coming into it. Check the resources tab, he's only at 130, so he really does need more CUs before he can fight, but he's got a huge numbers advantage. Yeah, but check its cost as well, that's also big. I'm telling you, man, it feels very, very bad if you lose logistics modules. Feels very, very bad. Looks like Sandscaper Raiding gonna be the choice to invest the RUs into that. I really hate it. I've talked about this before, but these AVs just own the field now, right? You can't do this. You've got to go for railguns instead. I don't like this at all. Yeah, this has to be the wrong choice. That is a lot of skims, to be fair. And there's a blast drone too. Like, if you can hit a good blast drone hit here, maybe you can be fine. Like, if you kill all the LAVs with it, or if you damage the AV and then you can kill it with the skins. But you're really gambling here now. No, he doesn't even have LDNs yet. He does have the 6 salvagers though. This is quite an interesting series, man. Nobody wants to go 2-base ever. Yeah, but I guess it's actually because he didn't spend anything for railgun Fab. He's gonna start it up now though. Well, we can check the units lost tab. I mean, that's pretty even too, actually. He didn't deny any mining either. It's just these AVs are expensive on CUs. But this is easily a winning army comp right now. Like, these 4 AVs ain't gonna take no prisoners at all. Oh, in second game he went 2-base. Yeah, after like 20 minutes, man. He went 2-base in game 1 too. You don't see me talking about that. LAV's, by the way, gonna go try to deny the LDMs. And again, I guess this is because, as Cookie's saying in chat, he feels like his opponent must be on 2 base, but he's not, so... That's a little bit, interesting, you know. Ref mode not even being flirted with here for Houston. He is gonna start building the rails now, I think. And this window where the AVs own the field is kind of going away, and I feel like Cookies didn't really do anything with it. He's gonna engage the skims now, but he really wins this fight. I think he wants to be pushing a lot harder than that. Yeah. You know, on paper, it's usually a good idea. I might have just only used like 3 or something, but still. Yeah, this is a dwindling window where you can kill these skims with the AVs here, so see what happens. But it's gonna be bad if heavy rails show up. That's what I'm really worried about. But nothing's even building right now, so it's gonna be fine for the moment. Assault rail's still here though. Looks like these LAV's gonna try for a dive on the carry. This probably shouldn't work though, because he has power 2 in the weapons. Hasn't powered it up yet, though. Smoke can be used. The BD gets a really juicy hit, though, anyway. But this is a lot of AoE on these skims. I don't think Houston wants to push any further than this. He's going to start losing this trade. Yeah, he won that trade, but now I think he's losing it. Uh-oh. Oh, look, it's minis. I mean, to be fair, he might even still kill these AoEs, but, like, I think the units lost is just not going to agree with him there. Yeah, definitely not. And this is like with units being lost over on this side. Oh, and he did kill a lot of the salvagers here too. There's only 3 left. Oh gosh. Yeah, you really need the railguns in there in order to take that fight. Well, you know, that's fair enough. If Cookies had like those 3 LAVs back home that I was talking about though, I think he wins that trade pretty decisively. Looks like he's trying to set up his 2 base now, but this is where Houston has railguns, so now things start looking dangerous. This base runner here probably is going to escape as well, by the way. It's actually moving toward danger right now, which is kind of funny. But he's got his smoke too, he's not really in any danger. Yeah, I don't know why he's like moving toward the LAV, but doesn't matter. The skins are going to clean that up. And now with the railguns up, now Cookies is really kind of starting to sweat profusely. He just got his 2 base infrastructure set, but I think it's all going to kind of go down the drain here, because he can't mine off that base ever, right? And Houston, he hasn't even touched his 2 base. He's not interested. But he does have like a bad eco right now. Like he's missing 2 salvagers, so he's just never going to have any CUs at all. In fact, he's got enough RUs. Like you really need to flip those guys over right now. Because I was there, man. I was there. Anyway, I was there in his room. Like, I live in his walls, you know. And I was, like, peeking out of one of the cracks in the wall. And he had, like, a bucket underneath him, and it was, like, filling up. Like, he was gonna have to replace this bucket pretty soon. Anyway, LAV's getting spammed out here. That's actually good, because, again, there's no CUs for Houston, so you want to fight this not using, like, you want to fight this by overwhelming his strikecraft numbers right now. I think, in general, in this scenario, if you have any ups at all for the LAVs, or if you even just have, like, not many ups for the armored units, if you manage to hurt your opponent's economy like that, you want to be spamming strikecraft, because they can't match that. The Scar is saying no, but I'm not sure what to. Carry taking some fire now. Again, it's dangerous to be insisting on mining on this base. You know, the carrier health is actually kind of like a lot of time value, right? Where you can say, okay, I can afford to be hit for this much. And you need to think about what you're using it for whenever the carrier takes fire. And this is not really getting him anything. He's trying to fight this position, but he's going to lose all of the... He's going to lose all of the LAVs here, practically. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I think he had one that was armor broken and he wanted to hit it, but like this here, this ain't gonna work. He does have the blast drone, but still, this is folly, alright. Blast drone hits, he'll kill 1 AV, but look at the amount that he lost for that. It's not good. Carry taking fire again. And like I said, this is valuable time that you're losing. That's like the real exchange here. And Houston is still on 4 cells, man. You don't care. Jeez. That's actually really bad, by the way. Like, he shouldn't be doing that, but... He's about to get his 3rd artifact, by the way, which is actually gonna up his, It's actually gonna up his mobility support here, which is kind of funky. But you gotta fix this. Like, this is really a big problem. By the way, when you're in-game, you can actually see how many you've got mining on which side by looking up at these numbers up here, right? So, he has to know that that's the case, or at least he could. And Discar is right, by the way. You know, if you take half your army and fight their whole army, the other half of your army is gonna die the same way, you know? So. Gonna drive this carrier back and try and get healed, but again, that's kind of the trade he makes. He uses the carrier health, not really to do anything, he just loses more units, so... You know, now he's gonna really wish he had that carrier health for some important moment later. But he's alive for now, and actually he's still on 2 base, amazingly. Fighter and gunship gonna get started up here. Again, this is very risky, but you know it is potentially playable. And like, look how much Houston is banking. By the way, this is ridiculous. He has 600 RUs. Okay, there we go. He did flip the guys back finally. Jeez. well, he's set on RUs for life. I mean, that's nice, I guess. You know, it might even be fine though, because his army is honestly really big. And yeah, Cookie's gonna try to take this fight, but I mean, you don't win this one. Yeah, everything is gonna die here. I do get the pressure that Cookie's under, because even the artifact score is getting up there, right? But like, you know, you can't win that fight, so... Well, he tries for the final Hail Mary, and then he GG's out. Messy game, but Houston is gonna take it, and that's gonna keep his hopes alive for Jaraci Cup 15. Let's jump into Game 4. That's Game 5's folder. There we go. Yeah, this is pretty good so far. Game 4 gonna be all in the shallows. This one is Houston's pick. Score is 2 to Cookies, 1 to Houston. So definitely Cookies ahead in the series. That's how it works. I'm giving some real good analysis here. My analysis is that if Houston's carrier dies in this game, Cookies will win the series, so... Yeah, same build here, it looks like, for both players. Gonna be the base runner retire here, LAV first, Sandskimmer first, base runner gonna be held for the Blast Drone Factory. I don't really know what that means, but... Oh, base runner inventory, okay, that's interesting. Huh. So he actually pulls the base runner retire and then gets inventory anyway. And then I guess he plans on making another base runner and dropping a turret down somewhere. And yeah, Cookies won the first 2. Yeah, so this is reverse sweep territory if Houston's gonna win. Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I don't think this is a very good build. But maybe it's playable. He does need to fix these idols though. But, you know, the problem is that, oh gosh, you really gotta fix these idols here. The problem is that anytime you're like retiring the base runner, getting inventory, and then building another one, if your opponent goes eco, you just lost. Like, Houston can be on 3 base by the time you get 2. And the other point is that, like, you could even just get base runner inventory and then build another one. It'd be fine. So, but, I don't know. It's kind of an odd call, but there it is. Turret gonna get set up kind of in an interesting spot. If you wanted it back here, it really would be best right there. Otherwise, you'd put it here so that it can also cover the 2 base. But you know, maybe it's playable. Maybe it's playable. But if you have the turret like right here, I think that's kind of the sweet spot. It does have a lot of coverage, to be fair, but it's just like you could get high ground for the same coverage, or you could put it up here. So, Blast Drone taking fire though. Blast Drone's gonna die. Okay, that's kind of big. And if I were Houston right now, I would be like, okay, well, I guess this rush is dead. I'm just gonna go ref mode, because that's a very early turret. And you should know, like, he can't put a turret down like that unless he got inventory. So this has to be like a really hard committed to this. So just get ref mode. I'll be fine. See what he does though. Another blast drone in the factory here, so it looks like he is not going to take his foot off the brakes just yet. Killing this turret is going to be hard, though, just kind of no matter what, and there might even be more of them later if this base runner survives, so I just don't really see any world where you can win with the rush here. But I don't know, it kind of looks like that's what he wants to do. He's not going for anything else. He's getting 65 up now. Man. Like, if you look at the numbers here, he already has so many more strikecraft than his opponent, but what can they do for him, right? I feel like this is just not the play. He's gonna dive this turret position. Did I say off the brake? I meant on, but you know what I'm saying. Turret actually does go down here. Wow, maybe I underestimated him. He's kind of winning this fight after all. Huh. Look at that. But again, another turret can be set down, like, right now. I would not move forward like... Oh, no, 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 no. Oh! Why is he moving forward? Ah! Oh my gosh. Well, that turret's dead. I mean, you gotta put it, like, right here or something. You gotta put it right where the base runner is. Oh, no. Blast drone hits the eco, too. And Houston has a lot of skims, so he's just gonna kill off all the salvagers here. I actually would finish some of these before I go. Well, no, there's no healing. I guess you can keep it kind of static. Oh, another blast drone! Oh my gosh, I see what he's doing now. Oh my gosh. What? What are you hitting there? Just Carrier's like actually dying right now. Oh no, man. Oh no. Oh well, this is good for Houston. This is amazingly good for Houston. I didn't think it was possible to make this rush work, but here he is winning the game pretty much off of that. He doesn't have enough RUs for railgun tech, but he's gonna get that up pretty soon, you have to imagine. And Cookies just has no money for the rest of the game, so I don't know, Descara, somehow it went bad. Somehow it went bad. Second PC actually came out already for Houston. I might have just gone for the railgun tech right away, but maybe he was already building it when he got the hit, so he just let it finish. He's almost got the RUs now. Yeah, look at that. Like, if I was playing against Phoenix Seal on shallows, I would just extract him to death, but if I wanted to rush him, I could. It's like, this turret strat doesn't actually protect you very well, as it turns out. So. Yeah. Like I always say when I'm casting Phoenix Seal's games on shallows, it's just a bad strategy. I don't know. I see, because you saw it kill the BD and you just kind of figured the game was over, right? Yeah. Well, we've all been there before. Railgun tech is finally on the way. It took a while, but there it is. The thing is, Houston can dive in with the skims again, kill off some LAVs, drive the blast drone in, and pop the salvagers again, so he's not really under much pressure to get this out quick. Looks like he's actually going to lead with the BD, which is probably a mistake, but it's not going to get punished here, so... Actually, pretty nice hit. It's mostly on the LAVs there. Yeah, second breakfast. This is 11Zs by now. Carrier gonna explode. I don't know what killed it exactly. Yeah, he GG's, of course. And we are gonna move on to the ace match, which is game 5. That's gonna be really fun. That's gonna be really fun. Alright, well, if you're just joining us, this is game 5 of Cookies versus Houston. Whoever wins this takes the cake. A fuel explosion. Yeah, you know, it's just a total accident. Irrelevant. You know, we were winning the fight, but then we exploded. It's not our fault. It's gonna be on Canyon Outpost. Now, whose pick is this? That's Cookie's pick for the last map. This is one... Well, I don't know. I guess I'm not sure how Houston feels about it, but on paper, ConF should do pretty well. You know what I just realized is like Phoenix Seal stole Cookie's colors, so he's even doing the same build with the same colors. Oh no. Based on inventory again, oh my gosh, he's gonna do it one more time. I guess maybe that is his read, like, yeah, this build wasn't bad, I just executed it poorly. Again, I wouldn't do this, but, you know, to each their own. It's a free country, supposedly. Yeah, you can see what Just Carrier thinks about it, though. He thinks, There's the base runner. And it is going to be the Blast Drone Factory once more. It's been a very, very aggressive series. Not a single game didn't have a rush in it. And again, the base runner kind of waffling on the turret spot. You want it right here. That's the place. Right here. But he's going to put it a little bit further back. It probably will still have line of sight. Oh, you really do got to put it down, though. Oh my gosh. Remember, the turret has an initial cooldown, so if he doesn't put this down until he sees the BD, like, by his carrier, I think he's kind of just going to die anyway. Oh my gosh, and now he's moving the BD. Oh, this could go really badly for Cookies. This is the ace match. The BD comes in, he gets the hit. Ah! Okay, there's not that many skims, though, so maybe there's still some hope here for Houston. Carrier block is bad, though. It's very, very bad. What he needs to do is target these guys and hold ground over here. This PC needs to just leave. He can't be here anymore. Oh no! He just drove right through the carrier and got totally blocked up. Oh gosh, this is not good. Oh gosh, now he's really in the thick of it. Oh no. Yeah, but then what's he getting? Like, he didn't kill any salvagers here after all. He's probably gonna lose the base runner. Well, it looks like actually it'll be able to get away, but ugh. Yeah, look at the units lost tab. That was not so good. He got the hit, but what you need to do is like go around and then just hold ground right here, right? You can kill these two and then just leave. Kill two salvagers, get out of there. That's the way to do it. And Yaziko is a little bit weaker, of course, because he doesn't have the RU self. Well, what do you mean, minus 300 for the turret? What? I mean, yeah, he used the turret to put it down, but this is going to be pretty helpful throughout the entire game, so that's fine for Cookies. Again, it really should have been put right here, but, you know, whatever. Looks like Houston's going to keep trying for the push, but this is going to be tough. I mean, we saw last game he can apparently kill the turrets, but I think that was a little bit anomalous. It's going to be hard to get that hit. Houston does have the 2 on RUs now, so he wants to get up on the railgun fab. Ah, darn. Well, at least you know how it ends, huh? You won't be held in permanent suspense. Seeing as he did, in fact, play this one. Production upgrade coming out for Cookies. Yeah, anomalous. Have you ever heard this word? Haven't you played Half-Life? Turret cooldown is back up, by the way, so he could even put another one down if he needs it. Yeah, I just don't see a world where this rush is gonna work. Ah. Now, that's what I ought to do, you know, like, just have, like, total amnesia so that when I cast my own games, I don't know what happens. That's a good strategy. Yeah, turret is gonna get set down here. I actually do like this position, although the first one probably should go here, but here they've got really good coverage. They don't really help each other, though, because, again, this turret is too low down on the hill, so really it would be nice if this turret was up here instead. Also, what is it? Hello, Deckles? Anyway. Don't hit my head. I'll do whatever I want. Oh! Ow! 2 PC finishes for Houston. So this rush ain't ended anytime soon, man. He's going for it. You know, I do have to appreciate the dedication, to be honest, but oh, I enjoyed it a lot. It's the most fun thing I've ever done. I would want to build more salves if I were him, but it looks like that's what he's doing. Ah, Cookies is leaving us. Well, we'll see you around. Gidene diyoruz. Gitti. Ah, got him. Anyway. Only if you speak Turkish, though. So, when Cookies puts down a third turret, he needs to get a third PC? Is that the deal? You know, if you want to siege the turrets, by the way, The best way to do it is to actually lead with the PC and have the turret fire a volley at it. It takes some practice, but it'd be pretty helpful to do. Just, you know, keep that fire away from your units for as long as possible. It's gonna be Railgun Fab for Cookies here, so he's saying, okay, no AVs, I want to go straight for the rails here. Actually, I think AVs are still very, very strong. I mean, again, this is a super late Railgun timing, but I will agree, he hasn't used them terribly well in the last game, so they didn't work for him, but I think that's more of an execution thing than the theory, so... By the way, again, sending some guys to deny the LDMs, but this time it's just two. Good, good. And you don't actually want to encounter the main, you just want to go over here and stop them from long distance mining. Just one or two, that's all you need. Really makes a big difference. Houston actually not long distance mining, but still. By the way, taking a terrible, terrible trade. He hasn't even killed one yet. Okay, there we go. It's like a 1 for 5 right now. Blast drones are going to fall too. These guys will never be able to get this hit off. Yeah, these rushes don't ever end. Smoke? Ah, I do this way too late. Base runner's gonna die, but now this is a pretty good trade for Houston as he's right up on top of his opponent. Here comes the blast drone too. Probably not going to get any hit though. Yeah, there he goes. Agme? No. See, this is what I don't like to see. If you use these LDM deniers to go attack the main base, they'll just die like this. I mean, skims can't hide under the carrier, so... Or LAVs, that is. So you just want to drive them out here and deny the LDMs. That's all you want to do. And again, like I said, in this case there are none, but still, it's nice to know that, so... Kind of interesting trading from both sides, but honestly, the base runner going away is a big threat, relief for Cookies. He's going to be happy that that's not there anymore. And we do have railguns on the queue now. Railgun tech not even started for Houston. So, you know, Cookies doesn't want to overbuild into this, but he's ready. He's like a step ahead of his opponent. This is a very defended position. Like, I would build a support cruiser if I were him and go up to here, because this base is never getting attacked with 2 turrets on it, plus a 3rd ready to go if he needs it, you know? Yeah, this base is never getting attacked. You just want to drive your carrier out here with a SC on the main and get up onto 2 base. He's playing it real dang slow, both of them are. It's a weird kind of metagame they've gotten into. But there it is. You know, a series builds a life of its own, right? And this is a good example. It's like, this series is... kind of shaped its own playstyle, right? 3rd turret does get set down, by the way. Again, would be nice to have it up on this hill, but still. Blast drone's gonna get the hit off, but this is a lot of skims that are gonna die here. Turrets are all gonna drop, but the LAVs can just kind of come up and clean this up, so it's fine. And now I think this PC has to be dead, right? We saw him spare the PC its life in game 1, but there's no way this one gets out. And Houston making a really freaking risky call to dive up on the main base does not work out at all. Kinda as you would expect. Yeah, I guess there's no mods on. Whatever. PC is gonna fall here. And he should be able to just chase down the second one. And that's gonna be the game, man. I mean, it's not over yet, like, Houston hasn't GG'd, but really it's decided, you know what I mean? You know, this is the ace match of a best of 5, though. I wouldn't GG if I were Houston until, like, a little bit later, but I wouldn't pull it out for too long. Probably after this PC dies. Looks like he's gonna stick in it, though. You do have to appreciate the tenacity. But I think we'll hit the fast forward button just a little bit. Got another PC building, but again, what you ought to do here is just dive in once it finishes and kill it. Your opponent should never be allowed to stabilize from this position. And I would even get armor too to make the dive a bit easier. Don't back away. What are you gonna do here? Go out here. This is where the fight is. Oh no, he's gonna let him get away with this. Well, you know, this is a scenario where the game's pretty much just over anyway. It doesn't matter so much what you do, but that is probably the right call. It's like, hang around until the PC finishes and then kill him. Because then you're gonna make your opponent GG. He's done with this, you know. Armor 2 just finished, by the way. They clean up the skims here, goes out and finds the PC. Very good. Yeah, this is what you want to do. And Railgun's hitting the carrier too, so he will be able to force the game to end as well, even if his opponent won't GG. Well, it was a hard-fought series, man. Each of these games turned out to be pretty messy, pretty scrappy. I like that, you know, that's pretty cool. Like, you can really tell these guys were fighting for it. And, you know, there's kind of a bit of a Cookies-Houston rivalry going on, too, so Cookie's gonna be happy to win this one today. We'll see what happens next time they meet. But, 3-2 scoreline, that is pretty much as tight as it gets. I mean, pretty much as tight. It really is just as tight as it gets. Yeah, now Houston doesn't have any money left. So, it's not even anything he can do if he wants to. Wait, he got 260 back? Oh, he's gonna kill him with turrets! It's the LAV that gets it in the end. Oh my gosh. Brutal, brutal. Well, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining this one. We'll move on to the next, but Cookies is going to be your quarterfinalist with a 3-2 against Houston. Great series, that one. Congrats to both players. And we'll move on to the next one.